What's up and welcome to Around with the Boys podcast. On this show, we talk about life, sports, business, and all the cool shit in between. I'm your host, James Rackley, and along with me as always is my co-host,
Johnny Dunleavy.
Mr. Johnny Dunleavy. So sit back, relax, crack you a cold one, and happy Halloween, motherfuckers.
That's referee to you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Around with the Boys podcast, episode 49. Today is October 29th. It is Friday. Friday vibes. Love recording on Fridays.
I love it.
It's the best. It is also Halloween weekend.
Yep.
Which we will discuss. We are joined by a special guest today, first-time guest, Downtown Dan. Welcome to the show.
Howdy, everybody.
We'll get into him in a second. Giggity. How you doing, Jimmy?
Man, I'm doing good. You know, repping J to the ROC for Halloween. You know, J-Rock and the Rock Pile. Just bad motherfuckers. If you ain't seen Trailer Park Boys, go watch it. We were Trailer Park Boys last year. Bubbles, I was Bubbles. You were Ricky.
And Julian.
And Taylor was Julian.
So we absolutely destroyed that.
We crushed it, and we should have got their little award or whatever.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll tell a story about that for sure.
But I'm good, though.
Last week we talked about Pokemon Oreos, trading cards, baseball cards, and the Crusader sword, which is still like a pretty badass story.
Yeah, definitely.
They found in Israel.
Indiana Jones-esque kind of deal.
I can't believe the dude just gave it away, though.
The man got a certificate. He found this, like, once-in-a-lifetime find and got a certificate.
900 years old. You hear about this?
No, I hadn't seen that one yet.
So you're not listening to the pod? Yeah,
I am.
That's messed up, dude.
Nah,
dude, I always catch it, but I usually catch it via YouTube. Surprisingly, I don't think a lot of people do that, but I actually watch the videos.
Surprisingly, a lot more than you think.
Well, dude, all right. Well, since you're piping up, Dan, welcome. Thanks for having you on.
Love being here.
Yeah, bro. So, I've known Chuck. I call him Chuck, but I've known him since I was a little kid. And he got the name Chuck. His name's Daniel.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Chuck. But we were like at an ice cream store. I think it was called White Mountain. Was that what it was called?
I don't
he
know.
was like 4 or 5, probably 4. And I'm like 3 years older, so I was 7 or 8. And we were leaving, and I guess you thought the ice cream lady was hot. Because you said, this man goes, "See you later, Chuck-a-lady." That's what he said. And we were all just like, what?
Chuck-a-lady?
Yeah. We didn't know where the hell that came from. And so, like, his whole life, my dad's called him Chuck. You know, because of that. So that's why he goes by Chuck.
And, honestly, I don't remember the story at all. The only way I know it is through his dad telling the story.
Yeah, because, dude, they thought it was hilarious.
You were 4?
Yeah. I was real little.
He was, getting carried out by his mom. And said, "See you later, Chuck-a-lady."
And, whenever I'd walk in the garage, he would always just be like, "Sup, Chuck?" And I'd be like, "Howdy, Mr. Jim. How you doing?"
I've heard him call you that countless times. I never knew why.
Yeah, so that's the story. That's the story of why we call him Chuck.
Yeah, I got a lot. Chuck, Chop, Downtown Dan.
Yeah.
The list goes on.
Man,
DS Nuts, you see me online?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I've known him since he was in diapers. So I've known him forever. And stoked to have him on here today.
For sure. And I met you when I started hanging out with him when I was like 16. And you just happened to be the little kid down the street who was always coming over. I was like, who is this kid?
Yeah.
But that's when Parker was heavy in the skating.
Yeah, dude. Parker was big in skating. It was just I would say it's it got to the point where when everybody turned 16, that's when people there starts to be the gap there. Because I'm 4 years younger than James, and it's like, hey, dude, I'm driving, hanging out with chicks. Do I really want to hang out with a little kid? And I was kind of didn't really have much else to hang out with, and Parker was really cool, so I kind of hung out with Parker a little bit more than James once we kind of got that age. Yeah. And then once I came back from college, that's when I'd say me and you started hanging out a lot more because I was a little bit older.
Yeah, and then you got to game in with my brother.
Yeah.
And that now you guys play all the time.
Yeah, these are super gamers.
Yeah, dude.
They game hard.
Dude, me and Cloud get down, but we also get down at shows. We're going to go see Andy Frasco tonight and get down at that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really fun. If y'all are going to be in town, definitely come check that out.
Dude,
it's gonna be
Andy,
a lot of fun.
You got me to go to the Andy show I guess it was 2 years ago. But it was awesome. I had a great time. That's a funky band. And then he comes out in the crowd and drinks with you.
Oh, yeah, dude. He definitely will hang out. He's definitely an entertainer. I randomly found him when I was living in Arkansas for a year, and dude, Arkansas, it was tough, man. When you it was one of my first nights going out down there, and when you're new in town, you just kind of you get in the Uber driver and you're like, hey man, where do people my age hang out? Where the chicks at? And the driver goes,
How old were you?
I was 22.
Oh wow, fresh out of college.
I was fresh. I was
he
fresh
took
out
a
of
job
college.
out there.
Yeah, dude. Like I literally, they were like, hey man, like you can move to Birmingham, Alabama, or Little Rock, Arkansas. And I was like, literally just took a coin and flipped, and I was like, all right, I'm going to Little Rock. Like
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell people where you went to school.
I went to South Carolina. Yep.
Gamecocks.
Dude, Gamecocks. Dude, it's been rough for us for a couple years now. But like when I was there, dude, we had the glory days. We had Clowney, Marcus Lattimore, Steve Spurrier, dude, Connor Barth, like
Connor Barth.
Not Connor Barth. Dude, what's his name? Quarterback, ballhead dude, went to Cleveland.
Oh, Connor
Shaw. Connor Shaw. Yeah, Connor Shaw was a stud. Dude, and then I was also there with Alshon. Alshon Jeffrey was a stud.
He went there?
Yep, Alshon Jeffrey was a stud.
Didn't realize that. Interesting.
And then, but yeah, like it was awesome. And then also went in like College World Series for baseball.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that was.
True.
I do remember that
era too.
Yeah,
so
that was cool.
like, yeah, it was definitely like a winning era. It was a great time to be around campus. And then like, yeah, but I landed that job, dude. Super fun story. I actually missed my like. They have jobs fairs on campus.
Yeah.
And, like, I missed mine because I wasn't paying attention, And, like, I was late to the game. And, like, when I found out about it, I was like, damn, dude, this is actually like, kind of like a good idea. Like, I should go to that. And, like, my girlfriend at the time, like, lived in Charlotte. And she was like, yeah, we're having one on campus. Like, you should just go to this one. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, usually there's, like, students only. And she's like, yeah, it's cool. Like, we'll just borrow an ID. And I was like, all right, cool. It seems like a legit idea. And I started going around the job fair and like passing on my resume, and all the people were like, you don't go here. And I was like, yeah, but I want a job more than all these fools. And that's how I got my first interview. And
that's awesome.
Wow, no kidding.
They were literally looking at they like took my resume and they were like, you're not from like, was it like University of Charlotte? Or, something like that. And and they were like, you don't go here. And I was like, yeah, well, I kind of want a job more than all these guys. I'm going to every job fair I can. It wasn't really, on that one, but like
just lying his way.
Hey,
like, when you're in sales like me, we'll kind of get into the future. Like you got to think on your feet, man. Like like you can't expect everything that's coming, and and that's what makes a difference sometimes. And so for me, that landed me a great job.
So what was that job?
I was selling wound care products for a company called Prism Medical. Actually competing against them now. It's a good company. Mm-hmm. I learned a lot from them. I really did. Yeah. Like I owe them a lot, especially just starting my career off. But yeah, dude, but y'all moved me to a dirt part of the area. Like I would say like move there if you have like a family, but like if you're 22 trying to live your life, like I said, dude, like when I got there, how I met Andy, I got in the Uber and I was like, hey man, where are people hanging out? Like I just take me there. And he was like, well, Memphis is like 2 hours from here. And I was like, yo, I'm in the biggest city in this state. And you're telling me to go somewhere 2 hours from here? So I was like, just take me downtown, man. So I just like walking around and like
this man offered to take you 2 hours to Memphis.
Yeah, he literally was like, yeah, we can go to Memphis. It's like 2 hours from here. I was like, dude, absolutely not.
One would think walking.
He was trying to hustle.
My
walking
second
in Memphis instead of driving.
Oh, dude, Memphis is like your brother loves Memphis. Me, absolutely not. But kind of gross.
You got good ribs there.
But yeah, I was just walking down the street. There was this bar, and they had like one of those garages that like open up on the side. Mm-hmm. And dude, I just hear this band going, and like I'm like, damn, they're kind of good. So I walk in there, and he's like, all right, we're gonna take 5. And he like comes off to the side, and he's like, goes to like to smoke on the side. I'm like, hey man, like what's up? He's like, hey dude, man, thanks for coming to my show. And like that's literally how I met him. And like we talked for like 10 minutes, and he's like, all right man, well, I'm gonna go back on. And I was like, holy crap, dude. Like, and then I kind of met him, heard his story, and took you to it. But yeah.
So you're still in medical stuff?
Yep. I'm still doing it now. I'm with a company called Rotech Healthcare. Still doing wounds, devices, so wound vac and things like that. It's not as like I would say like fun, but dude, I like it because it allows me to like kind of create my own schedule, live my life. And it's it's a lot about who you know and like the connections and the friendships that you can make, and like wherever you're gonna stay at, like it's a good deal. So I like it, but it's allowed me to venture into other things as well. You know what I mean? Like because like, hey man, when things are going good, everything's great. You have a little bit more time. Because these, like I said, it's built off relationships. So hey, the relationship's strong, you don't have much to worry about. Yeah. You'll start screwing up and things get a little rocky. Well, then hey, you gotta pay them a little bit more attention. You know, but like at the end of the day, you just gotta make sure everybody's taken care of, and you gotta know it's about them. And you know, I'm a people pleaser. So like I want to make them happy. So I enjoy that. I love driving, you know, and like I like being on the road because I don't want to miss out. You know what I mean? Like every day out there, things are changing, and you're stuck in an office. You see the same four walls, dude. Like trust me, I see the same four walls. I game, but like when I'm not gaming, like I want to see the world. You know what I mean? And so like if I can travel as much as I can, like I'm gonna do it through my job.
Yeah. You know what, dude? I know you're about to tell us like what you're gonna do creatively here soon, but your taste in music's so off the wall, like in terms of all over the place. I really think you should have your own radio channel. Dude, and you host it. I think really that'd be another thing you could do.
The wildest.
Just saying, with your spare time that you've collected.
Yeah, like I
think you'd kill it. To be honest.
And Dan knows we text all the time, like constantly sending music back and forth, and like I don't agree with a lot of the things he sends me. I don't like it, but he loves it, and like of course, 2-3 weeks later, I'll be scrolling through TikTok or something, and there's the song that Dan sent me.
Oh yeah, man,
dude.
Yeah, I can pick them. You know what I mean? Like. I can tell you, like, I might not even like it. I'm just be honest, like, I might not like it that much, but I can be like,
but
I'll hear it and I'll be like, dude, I can tell you one thing. The Kid Leroy, when I first heard him,
you were the first person to bring up the Kid Leroy. I will give you credit for that.
And I will tell you, like, if I can ever find a way to create a way to buy into invest in artists, if I can figure out a way to do that makes sense. I'm going to do that because, like, you know, like just like you invest in companies, you're investing in talent and you're investing in a belief of the vision. And I think when it comes to artists, you invest the same way.
Well, because artists now they're not just record artists, they're brands. Everything.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Is it I'm a businessman, not a businessman?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I am a business. I don't know if that's a Ye quote or a J quote.
It's a Jay-Z quote.
I think it's a Jay-Z
he said,
quote.
I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
Well, dude, I mean, you could you get some capital together and you discover artists and really like pay their way, like, you know, like do it, write a contract and then like get them going.
I guess that's how record labels get.
It is, but if you just starting from scratch, like, cause he doesn't want to he wants to pick the talent himself. You're not going to do that with a company. You got to do that yourself.
Well, not only that, but he wants to allow people to be able to open the app and say, I want to invest $100 in this artist.
Well, yeah, I mean, that'd be sweet. Yeah,
and buy a fractional share.
He talked about a stock market, like a musician stock market.
Yeah, I'm looking at it like you're buying ownership of the content.
Yeah.
So, like, hey, let's just say that, you know, we'll keep it simple. The content makes $100,000. Well, if you own 1% of Kid Cudi, you know what I mean? Well, you get 1% of sales.
Yeah.
You know, and Cudi can have as many shares as he wants.
I think you'd have to give the artist 51%.
Well, that's
off the rip.
That's up to the artist. The artist is 100% at first because it's his content. Now, if he wants to sell you shares of his business, then he can sell you shares of his business, and you get a percentage of those profits. But
if they were smart enough, they would keep 51%.
If you want to own your stuff, but guess what? Some people retire.
Well,
I get that. You can sell your portfolio.
Yeah, like Wayne just sold his portfolio for $120 million.
Yeah,
he's chilling.
Yeah, and I'll say this though, like, in terms of all this stuff, it kind of goes into what Downtown Dan's about to do creatively.
Yeah.
But see, I also want to give you credit because this whole podcast thing, you originally wanted to do this podcast thing.
Yeah, this was like we said that a couple times.
Yeah, but this was like his idea, Downtown Dan's idea to do it, and I mean, dude, things were busy, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole thing is like, number one, like, hey, I've seen that you've been in a lot of stuff in general. Like, you've got an acting career, you're good on camera, you're good on your feet, like, from music. I mean, dude, just when it comes to, like, creatively talented, James has, like, he can do it all.
Yeah.
John can do everything as far as anything electronically. He can do it all. And guess what? They also have, like, a great connection just because y'all have been around each other. So y'all vibe off each other really well. Like, it's always a good, interesting conversation.
Well,
but,
thanks,
like,
bro.
and I wanted to be a part of it, but, like, you got to be here.
Yeah.
And I don't live here. And it's just, I think it looks kind of weird going over the camera. Like when you guys are like, we're on a set like this and it's on Twitch and people can see it, it looks cool. it looks right. You know what I mean? And like, and my whole thing is this, if it's not going to be done right, I don't want to do it. And so I'm just glad that you guys kind of went and did it anyway. Because it was the right thing to do. Now, marketing wise, I think we can do more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that, like, once you kind of get to a place where you want to do that, you know, we can definitely explore that more. Because I would say, like, you know, we all have our, you know, specialties, but mine's sales, marketing, and management. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. And like, I think we can push the brand. And I think like I said, I've got my own things that I want to do creatively, and you've got other things that you're doing creatively, like your show, which I think, hey, adults can go somewhere and do its own thing. Good. So it'll be interesting to see, like, because around with the boys is its thing right now, but I think that there could be a lot more under the overall brand of off the farm or whatever, however you want to.
Yeah. The thing is, hey, Rome wasn't built in a day, right?
Yeah.
But another thing under the brand, though, hit us with what's this show idea that you're about to do?
Yeah.
When you're gonna launch it in January?
Yeah, I'm thinking January is gonna be a good time. I'm moving in December, and I have a little bit more space, so I'm gonna be creating my own little studio area to kind of record. But what I'm looking at kind of doing is like a Twitch show, or it may start off as Twitch. It may, like a lot of things turn into YouTube clips, videos, and things like that. But what I've kind of fallen in love with, and I'd say there's a lot of people. I mean, you go on FinTwit, if you know what financial Twitter is, or you just call it Twitter in general with just all the like stock buying people. But during COVID, a lot of people hospitals weren't letting me in, and I had a little bit more time, and my company also got bought out, so we were in a massive transition. Everything was changing.
So many people did the same thing you did,
and I just was like, and a lot of my friends, like, dude, your brother was trading. Yeah. And you guys were talking about pen, and you'll see it on my hand, man. Like, and I'll tell you to the end, dude. I'm a big pen guy. If you see me on Twitter,
it's a part of his costume.
Yeah, dude, and you'll see it, dude. I got the Bayside, shout out to Zach Morris.
Explain what it is, because I didn't know what the hell.
Okay, yeah. So like, if you're like I said, if you're on FinTwit, if you're talking about stocks on Twitter, you're gonna know there's this guy. His name's Zach Morris. I told him I was gonna shout him out. Also, shout out to the Atlas Trading Group, which is another thing. That's where I started to learn a lot. There's actually a guy from UNCW that works with them on there. His name's Christian. Shout out to that kid too. Penny's Going Raw. Penny's Going in Raw was a podcast that I was listening to at the time. I was just trying to learn. You know what I mean? I just kind
of shout out Penny's Going in Raw. They just got signed to iHeart Music a month ago.
Yeah, dude, big deal. Big fan of Hugh and Dan. And I was just a little jealous, you know what I mean? Because I was like, hey, man, like, this is where I saw Around with the Boys going. I didn't see it signing with, like, Apple, but, like, I could definitely see it go signing with, like, Dave Portnoy at Barstool Sports and becoming a something like that. I could see something like that happening, but to see someone do it in 2 years. I mean, that's when they started trading. When I started trading,
it was almost less than that.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, but that essentially, like, what I want to do is, like, like, I saw, hey, I wanted to do the podcast. You guys are kind of doing that route. I don't really want to do the same thing, but, like, I also don't have as much time. And so, like I said, during COVID, had a lot of extra time, just started trading, started looking online, just wanted to learn, dude. Because, like, I can tell you, dude, I'm not going back to school. I'm not taking classes.
There's no need.
I'm gonna do. There's YouTube. There's the internet. And I just started going on there, man. And, like, I didn't realize, like, people actually talk to you. Like, if you want to learn stuff, like, and you want to, like, ask questions, dude, if you reach out to a lot of these people on there, like, and hey, you know what? A lot of them are, like, what we call furus. They're just totally they're fake personas. They're up there. They're cracking jokes. They have no idea. They have no idea what they're talking. They're just making jokes. But there are some people on there, man, that they want to help you make money. Oh, yeah. And, like, I definitely, felt like I found some people that, like, hey, like, do they pump and dump a little bit? Man, possibly. But, like, is there a good is risk up to you? Yeah, 100%. Can you make money with them? Oh, yeah, you can. You know, but at the end of the day, like, you need to find your own plays. But long story short, I want to do like a 30-minute show from 3:30 to 4, right towards the bell. Danny by the bell, come find me. I'm going to be your local furu. I'm going to be up there, dude. I mean, I can tell you, a lot of my plays, they're going to be great. Like, I'm a swing trader because I got another job. Like most people, hey, we got to do stuff during the day, but, like, we also want to make some money on the side. And, like, I've got, I usually get off the road around 3 o'clock, and, I'm watching it during power hour, boys. Like, I'm there. I'm there, and I know you're going to be there too. And, I got a lot of really cool ideas that I want to do. Like, and I could tell you, you used to be Blockfolio. You went and changed your name on me. And I could tell you because, like, I found Blockfolio from Dave Portnoy's show because he would always be like, shout out Blockfolio. But you changed your name on me, and it's FTX now. But shout out to you guys.
Well, yeah, you know what FTX is, right?
I don't know what.
Right, so FTX is a huge platform, right? They are the first, like, crypto platform to really partner with, like, mainly focus on athletes. So their biggest sponsor and partner is Tom Brady.
Okay. Yeah,
so
that
the
makes sense.
Bitcoin that Tom Brady is giving to that fan for giving him the ball back, right? He tweeted FTX. It was like, send him a Bitcoin. Like he's...
Well, yeah, I'm coming for you, man. Like I want like people like you to like be a sponsor, but like what's going to make my chat different is I got this idea, and if you guys try and steal it, it's on live right now. So I'm coming for you. But it's going to be called the Chat Folio, or we might call it the Tip Folio. If you guys want to give a tip, or like how it is with Twitch, you can give donations and things like that. But whatever your donation is, like you tell me what we're buying with it. And so like eventually, like after a year, like we're gonna see what the chat's portfolio is looking like. And like, hey, you might give me like a $5 dono, but like 2 weeks later it might be worth $1.50, and you knew that. And you just wanted to treat me like a scumbag, but you might be a genius, give me $1, and it might go to like $2.50, and I might say, hey man, good looks, we're gonna have some fun together. But yeah.
So is that mainly for fan interaction?
It is, man. It's because like it's like like I said, what got me into it was people were responding to me.
Yeah.
And like the fact that you're just like, hey, you know what, dude, I like these massive chat groups, like these massive groups, dude, you can type in there, no one's ever gonna see your stuff, it's gonna fly past there.
Yeah.
But people like the concept of being, dude, this guy cares.
Yeah.
And like, hey, like hopefully, one day we do get big enough, like all of us, we get big enough, and there's so many freaking comments and stuff coming in there, we can't answer them all.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
Well, and then you launch the Discord and get the whole community in it. So.
Yeah, and yeah.
I see your concept there, because that's how we were in terms of Instagram. Like, you follow us, we follow you back. We're gonna. I don't care what the damn numbers look like. And by the way, we got screwed on that. By the way,
dude. Yeah. So as you can tell, we can post like the links to things in our stories now.
Yeah.
And you used to only be able to do that if you had 10,000 followers. And we were grinding to get there. We were at like 2,800. I'm like, this is taking forever. I mean, every day my man is on there just following me. So we basically said fuck it and bought like 7,500 followers for like $100.
Yeah.
Right. And they're all like bot accounts. Not to like say, oh look, they have 10K followers.
Just so you can drop your links.
So that in the story we
just
could
for
put
the link.
Yeah.
Right. So we did that like 2 months ago, right?
Yep.
What the fuck does Instagram announce this week? Everyone can do it now.
I was like,
it's like, damn, man.
Dude, funny story. I actually know a guy who started a company that does that. Like literally, like like he literally like
if you look
his job, his company called Fast Followers.
Yeah. And like I went into our followers and like the analytics, and like 61% of them are from Bangladesh.
Yeah. But at the time, we were just like, dude, because all we wanted, just like you were saying, fan interaction. We wanted people to be on the chat so they could comment while we do the show, because like soon, all right, when I get some extra pocket money, I'm gonna have a phone, like a burner phone that's gonna be like the call in.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah. So people can they call in, and we can have them, and that you could use for your show too.
Oh, 100%.
Instead of just little comments, all right, call the hotline.
Oh yeah,
and just answer it. And I mean, whatever.
Absolutely.
I think
I'm gonna have my own bell, and we're gonna be freaking dinging stuff. Dude.
I'd love to figure out how to be able to do it like on the computer, like a Skype number or something. But people can call it from the regular phone and it rings, so we can answer it, so we can hear it in our headphones.
Oh, that'd
and
be
it comes
sick.
through.
Well, that's some nerd stuff that you
got to
get.
Especially like when you guys are going and doing like, let's just say y'all spend like the last like 15 minutes of the show going over sports picks.
Yeah.
You can have people
call in
and be like, hey, what's up, man? This is like, Danny from Raleigh. I want to tell you about the Vikings Cowboys pick this evening and why I think they're hot, and then you can just trash them.
Shout out to Cloud in the chat.
Yeah.
What up, Cloud?
Continued Cloud. So by the way, as of for right now though, you can still interact with us on Twitch and YouTube and all that, and check out Danny by the Bell.
Yeah, right?
that'd be good. Are you dead set on that?
I mean, it sounds good. Like I said, I'm gonna be creating a character around it. You know, I'm gonna be a hardcore fan. Like we're gonna have like the home team stocks for sure. Like we're definitely gonna have home team stocks. We're gonna be representing. We're gonna be decked out in gear. But yeah, Danny by the Bell. I'm thinking January. It's gonna be fun.
You're gonna use the real name.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, I don't care.
Danny, like you can create something out of Danny.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like that, like some kind of, like you said,
as long as my girlfriend doesn't call me Danny, I'll be good. You know what I mean?
All right, so
yeah, shout out to Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel, don't call him Danny.
No, definitely not.
Anyways, I'm happy for you, man. I think you're gonna have fun with it, because honestly, when you get your place or whatever, and you have that one little room, and you could deck it out how you want. Dude, you're gonna feel comfy, cozy, and just get after
Absolutely,
it, bro.
Yeah. It's a lot of it's gonna be comfort.
Yeah.
And just like you guys, y'all been doing it for a while, comfy on the mic.
Well, bro, we did 5 practice runs before we even did our first one.
Yeah, we recorded 5 whole episodes before.
So,
and the only one we kept
was one we weren't planning on keeping.
We weren't planning on keeping. It's the first episode, the child's first birthday.
Yeah.
And we let the mom and dad of the child, Seth and Merritt, listen to the episode, and they're like, "This is hilarious."
Yeah.
We're like, "All right, so y'all cool if we use it?" They're like, "Yeah." So that was the first one.
And there it went.
Yeah.
But the other ones were not so good.
But yeah, I'm sure I'll get some structure. I want to do some. I like what I really want to do, and what I like that you guys do is like getting those cool interviews, especially when it comes to like business people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really like. Obviously, you know, I want to do like the day to day. But I think that like I might have like specific YouTube videos that are for those interviews. But like I'm going after people. I would say like Terry Trades or like New Jersey Thoughts, Hugh Henney, like those kind of people, Magical Alpha, and you just pick their brain and just find out like how can I help other people make some money. But like that's how I see it going.
And that's so easy to do too, because like they don't have to go anywhere. You just zoom them in.
Exactly. You know,
throw the video in.
That's where I see the creative side going. But I know you guys got some other things y'all are going to talk about today.
You still got that little laptop?
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna get a desktop when I move. So
you're gonna have to.
I've actually got somebody that's gonna buy that laptop already, but yeah, I'm gonna be excited because like not only is the the business stuff coming with the show, but I'm also looking forward to gaming on that new desktop. It's gonna be hype. Good. It's also back on the FIFA squad. It's been nice to be back at that.
Yes, Dan joined the FIFA squad again.
Hopefully you can catch me on there sometimes.
A lot of good things. A lot of good things from the squad about you.
Yeah,
out the gate.
It's good stuff. My name on there is Caesar Bronzanelli. So
yes, it is Caesar Bronzanelli,
aka Little Caesar. Yeah, that one was funny. I like that name. That was classic.
That's cool.
But yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, a lot of good things coming. Excited for the show tonight.
Hell yeah!
But yeah, let's.
Speaking of the show tonight, the theme is it's a Halloween show, right? And they're with Big Something.
Yeah, with Big Something, Halloween show.
Big Something.
I'm going as a Furu. Like I said, you see the jersey. I'm gonna be doing that. We got J Rock and the Rock Pile over here. I see
the Rock Pile.
Yes, and I'm using a referee shirt that I found in my closet. I think it's my older brother's. Not quite sure though. But anyway, let's get into it. Halloween. Actually, I'll talk about it after. All right, Halloween. Do you wish you could trick or treat again?
Absolutely. Like, look, man, I was in the dollar store today. I spent about $50 on candy.
Oh, dude, I bought so much candy
for like trick or treaters, And I bought these because Tesh comes home from work the other day, and he's like, I was talking to the coworkers, and and he goes, they say to like be more welcoming, you put some decorations in the front yard. And I was like, well, we don't fucking have any, right? He's like, well, or like, sit out on the front porch. And I was like, well, I can do that, but like football's gonna be on, Yeah. So like, I was like, did we just leave the door open or like leave the light on and all that? And he's like, no, you did that. So I went to the fucking dollar store and I found these little cheap ass. I found like a little ghost to put over the door handle.
Yeah.
And like some little like scarecrow that I could stick in the front yard.
Yeah.
I mean, it costs $2, but like just so they can come by.
Well, yeah.
Because I had a great time.
But there's how many windows? 1, 2, 3 front windows.
Oh yeah, we'd have them all open. That's what I try to tell them.
Right, open the blinds and then you have a 70-inch TV on the wall.
Yeah, but guess what? I bought the little things. If we don't get more trick-or-treaters, our record in the neighborhood is 12. Okay?
Jeez,
that sounds pitiful.
Oh, my God.
It sounds pitiful. And you know what's so fucked up about it? Every day I see more than 12 kids walking by the house from the school bus.
It's because, the name of the game nowadays is to carpool to the rich neighborhoods.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's lame, dude, because you're supposed to, like, love where you come from and, like, go through your neighborhood, because that's what we did.
Yeah, but you also know your neighbors are a bunch of dirtbags.
I don't know, man. Like, every year...
No, it's a mix.
Bro, every year, like... I mean, you get a handful of kids, like,
yeah,
and I have a good time with it because when I was a kid, me and Daniel, like, growing up in the neighborhood, we used to get pillowcases, which I'm sure you did too in Fox Run.
Yeah.
But we had pillowcases, and we didn't come home till that thing was bigger than we were, Like,
we were hitting the neighborhoods beside us too. Like
everywhere we could.
We weren't just hitting our street and like
I'd go out dressed as something, but I was coming back as Santa Claus every time.
And dude, I don't know if you remember this, but like for us, it wasn't just one night of trick or treating. Like there was people that went out, a couple days before Halloween too. They'd be like, you know what? Like I'm not gonna make it on Friday, so I'm gonna go Thursday night because I have to go do this stuff with my mom. You know? Like,
I don't see.
there were some kids that'll go trick or treating on nights.
So I was talking to Em about that earlier today, actually. Do you think that Sunday night is going to be the night, right?
Yeah, it's Halloween.
It's Halloween. Yeah, but
we did it on a
Monday. It wouldn't surprise me if someone rang my doorbell Saturday.
Well, guess what? Shit out of luck, bud. Come tomorrow, because that's tomorrow. No, my thing is like, dude, I trick or treated on Monday nights, Tuesday nights, school nights, all the time. Like, what is that background? What is there something going on in the background? You got like a TV going?
No,
I don't hear anything.
Someone outside? Is the kids getting dropped off by a school bus?
Nah, it's something different. But anyway, I would fucking. It didn't matter, bro. Because I remember coming home from school, and you're like, dude, I'm so jacked up, getting that costume ready, dude, and waiting for that sun to go down.
Do you remember your first costume? Like, let me rephrase it. Do you
first
remember your first costume that you picked out and you were proud of?
No, because I didn't really care about the costumes that much.
He just wanted the candy.
All I know is my first one that I remember. I was like, dude, this one's hype. Was the Scream mask where you could like pump it full of blood? Do you remember that at all?
Oh, yeah.
It had the little pump and then the blood would come out. I was like, yeah, dude, this is sick. Like, I thought I was really cool with that one.
Dude, it was that, and like the main thing was like you're out there trick or treating hard, and then you're also looking out for the older kids that are egging the shit out of kids as they go by.
Yep.
Like because they just got their license.
Well, so like,
you remember that?
I remember in Jersey, right? When I was
that
younger.
spaghetti string. You know what I mean?
I got another thing that I'm gonna bring up. So I'm gonna let John go first.
Yeah, so December 30th or October 30th, right, the night before, they called it Hell Night in Jersey. It was like this thing, and like the high school kids would go out and like toilet paper a bunch of trees and like just do like random dumb shit, right?
Yep.
And I got to participate in it like the final year I lived there with my aunt, who was always wanting to do some wild shit, right? And like my cousin Cody and Casey and stuff. And we toilet papered so many people's houses. And it was like a blast. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
Jeez.
Dude,
and then I dressed up as like a cowboy or a ninja for like the 9th time.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I remember the ones like my grandma made when I was a kid. Like, I remember those because like she like handmade these like Superman.
She made you costumes?
Dude, yeah, she lived in Virginia and like she didn't get to come down here, so she'd like send a costume.
Oh, what?
Yeah, bro. Nana.
Oh, Nana, dude.
Oh, Nana.
Shout out Nana.
Nana was the real deal.
Yeah, but no, I would say like how I noticed like there was like the kids and then like there was the big kids is like the thing that they would notice is like they just have a mask. Like they go to the Halloween store and they'd be like, all right, I'm gonna buy a sick mask, but there's nothing else. There's no other gear that they're rocking. It's just the mask. And I was like, dang, dude, I want to be cool and just wear the mask, like do that. But I always had the full get up. I'm a full kit fan, if you know what I mean.
You are a full kit.
I'm a full kitter, dude. If I'm going all out. So.
All right. So speaking of best costumes, in high school we were the village people. That one year.
Yeah.
Classic. I might offend people. I dressed up as the Indian.
You were the Native American.
But my best costumes that I've personally dressed up as, I was Guy Fieri.
I like that.
In 2018. That was classic. Ricky from Trailer Park Boys last year, we were the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Like 5 years ago. That was a good one. But I think the favorite one, which was the cheapest one, dressed up as a gnome.
Yeah, it was a garden gnome.
A garden gnome.
I remember that.
And
one.
it was the funniest shit in the world.
Dude. I went, so I had like just a pair of jeans and black boots, black combat boots. I went to my mom's shop and I was like, all right, I need like a big trench coat and a huge thick belt. And within 3 minutes at that thrift shop, I had both items. I was like, oh, this is the best thing out.
Yeah.
I went and bought a $2 piece of pink foam, right? And elastic band string. And Emily like cut it and rolled it into a cone, put holes in it, and it like elastic. And then I had just had black Ray-Bans, like fake, $1 black Ray-Bans. Dude, so
you're gonna have to picture this in
at the time.
I got this picture in for sure.
So at the time, I was working at Megacorp, but I had moved up to this new position like 3 weeks prior. Actually, October 1st is when I started. And so I was working from noon to 9, like Tuesday through Friday, and then working Saturdays. But anyway, I didn't show up until 11:30 usually. And so I show up at 11:30, and at the old office, right next to like our island. There was all these windows, but it was like this nice. I talked about it last week where the fountain was, where the Pokemon like training center was. Mm-hmm. So that's where that was, right? And it was right outside all these windows. And so I parked and I just walked into like the middle of it, and it's all like nice bushes and whatever. Yeah. And I just stood there and stared, like with my hands in my pockets, and I was there for like 7 minutes.
Yeah, and my man, like, he even poses like to his back slightly
so
diagonal. You know what I'm saying? He's all like
that, and I didn't move. I did not move.
Wearing the fucking the dunce hat.
And Gunny walked by like 2 or 3 times, and then finally he like caught me. And I was like, finally, someone saw me. I've been out there like 7 minutes now.
This man was working hard.
Finally, motherfucker.
Yeah. Somebody look at me.
He points and he starts dying laughing. And next thing you know, there's like 30, 40 people at the window, and I haven't moved an inch. And I'm just standing there. And then I break out of character and like walked in. Everyone's dying laughing. But it sucked because I got 3rd place in the voting, right? In the Halloween costume voting.
Yeah.
But they had started voting. They opened it at 9 a.m.
Oh.
So I was like,
so
bro,
I'd
have taken I got 3rd place. Guy Fieri year, I got 3rd place. I lost to 2nd place. This dude dressed up as a Lego, like a full Lego man costume. Pretty badass. He made it himself. And number 1 was Tammy. Tammy dressed up as a retired Hooters waitress with like fake, like saggy boobs, dude. This woman is 55 years old and came to work dressed like that.
That's hilarious. So she won.
Yeah, she won.
So people have confidence. Shout out to her.
Good for her, dude. I mean, I think the best costume I ever did was Ashley Schaefer from Eastbound and Down.
Woo. All these costumes we're talking about, I have photos of every single one of them.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the video. You absolutely dominated that.
I got real lucky on like going to the thrift shop. Your mom, every year his mom has helped me for Halloween, except this year I'm not dressing up. But like, I mean, dude, she literally had everything there. Like the suit, the
blonde wig, everything.
I mean, the glasses.
And the aviators. And it was like literally the blonde wig you exactly needed. The gray suit you exactly needed.
Yeah.
And like the aviators.
Spitting image, dude.
The photo of you sitting in that chair in the kitchen. I don't know where you were.
Yeah, was it
Sinead's?
No, dude. It was at damn Pat's old house, wasn't it? Off of Cardinal or whatever. All I know is I also went to ECU.
Oh, yeah.
I went to ECU with that
David
costume and saw like, David Greer's, and was about at like the best parties ever. And then was in the middle of this huge conflict and in a full-on suit, Ashley Schaefer wig on. And it was just hilarious. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like seeing a lot of people.
Yeah, I've had definitely had some of those.
I'm just saying, classic ECU. Everybody dressed up like causing scenes.
No, I'm not all right. I sell fucking
kids. I'm drunk in Greenville and I don't know how to get home.
They literally didn't know how to get home.
Dude, when Taylor and Mikey got left, like,
oh yeah. Oh, forgot.
They called me. I was at home. Like, hey man, where you at? I was like, home. Like, oh, we're at a Hardee's in Greenville. Like, this is they had to borrow somebody's phone because the shit died. It was
that's a whole
times are hard.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
But anyway, that's like, I mean, that's I only went to Halloween once there for a reason because it was disastrous.
Yeah, I've done Halloween at several schools, and I can tell you, SEC schools probably the better ones. But yeah, Chapel Hill does it pretty well. I'm gonna be honest. You know,
yeah.
Chapel Hill does Halloween pretty well.
Yeah, I've heard their Franklin Street like thing is quite fun.
Yeah, they do Halloween pretty good there. South Carolina does Halloween pretty good. Yeah, but I would have to, as far as North Carolina schools, I'd probably give it to Chapel Hill as best like party for Halloween.
Yeah, and we definitely had some good, high school Halloween parties. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forget. Like besides the village people,
but we went to multiple parties though. Like
Stokely's party was the village people.
The Stokely's thing was awesome. Shout out to you, Jeff. That was like the best Halloween party of all time, and
probably the best high school party I ever.
It was one of them, dude. That was good. And I went to one, and dude, it was like this. It was this rich ass family, and I'm talking like. You remember it was like they had these huge garages with multiple cars in it, and like the floor was all nice. I mean, it was like the biggest house we had ever been in.
The kid's initials MB? I don't want to say his name.
I don't remember his name, dude. I just remember being there and like literally kids because there's
I think it was Matt Best's house.
I don't know, but there's 4 high schools here in town, and there was people from every high school at that house because it was like so massive.
It was a harder kid, rich as shit.
Dude, it was fucking wild.
Yeah, I threw a fucking rager before I went to college.
Yeah, you should. If you live in a big house growing up, and you didn't throw one rager,
shame.
You did it wrong.
Like, take one for the team, bro. Your life is set. You don't have to pay for college. I do.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Throw one.
Well, I'm just saying, like, have you watched any high school movie growing up? Like, dude, you got to do it one time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
because your parents will get over as long as nobody gets hurt. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to encourage too much, but yeah, I mean, we got down, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to encourage.
Oh no.
No underage.
I'm saying like
here.
no, yeah. I'm just saying like I totally think if you only get one shot at life, and you always want to have a good memory leaving high school, and I think that's the way to do it. Some people go on like a beach break or something like that, like. But yeah, throwing one rager is so fun, dude. Like, god dang, and everybody remembers it. Yeah,
everybody, dude.
Everybody remembers it, and like when you see them, when you come back, everybody's like, "Yo, dude, remember that one time at your house?"
Yeah,
yeah. I had several of those, dudes.
It's funny. I don't know if class still in the chat, but they talk about it all the time. The 18th birthday party for him that we threw at Park Ave.
Mm-hmm.
Like they forever talk about that party, and I'll meet people that are like his age around town now that went to school with James or Brennan, who are bartending and whatnot. And they're like, yeah, like I was at James's birthday party at your house, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember.
Yeah,
I've
had several people tell me they were at my party and had no idea who they were, or didn't know why they were there, but it's awesome.
We asked some Instagram followers what their best costumes was. The groomer, Mr. Mayo, was John Cena / G.I. Joe. He said, I showed up as John Cena. I think I left as G.I. Joe. I was like, it's probably the same thing.
That happens, yeah.
And Matt Pye was Hulk Hogan. I have those photos. Brandon sent them to me.
Yeah.
I'll put them, like I said, all these are going to be.
And Matt Hulk Hogan, that bastard into the beer pong table.
Oh, my God. Remember? At Jeff's.
Yep. That was awesome.
We were the village people all standing around, and people no one knew were just not being polite, and we were all on the same team, and no one knew him. And it was very dumb. He probably should have just shut his mouth.
And then he tried to mess with the guy dressed as Hulk Hogan. What do you think's gonna happen?
He literally picked him up and slammed
him right through the beer pong table.
You should bring him back on Rough and Rowdy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God,
we were dying. I was like, oh man, mess. Merritt, this is kind of fucked up. She dressed up as a fox one year, and she said that while she was driving home dressed as said fox, she actually hit a fox.
Oof.
Really?
Yes.
I think that's kind of rare to hit a fox, to be honest. I didn't read that. I didn't know that was coming. She hit a fox?
Mm-hmm.
The dude, because foxes, they're like nimble, you know what I mean? Like they don't. When's the last time you seen a dead fox on the side of the road?
I don't know.
What do you think?
Clever.
What does the fox say
never.
after it's hit by a BMW?
What?
Fuck.
But seriously, dude, like that's damn, Merritt. That's just wild. I've like never seen a dead fox just dead by a car.
Sheets dress up as Dr. Howie Felternatch, MD gynecologist. Miranda Carter, Annalise sister.
Yeah.
She dressed up as a beer keg, which is a classic outfit.
Dude, oh man, all right. So it reminded me of you follow Thomas Jacob on Facebook. This man, he stays putting up memes that are hilarious.
So funny, dude.
This one he put up the other day was like, this dude, he's like, yeah, I went to a James Bond, whatever fucking themed party, and there was a guy there dressed up as a classic, and it was like the Nintendo 64 big ass like game, and his head was in the middle of it, like with a suit on.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
The GoldenEye.
Yeah, GoldenEye. Yeah.
It's top 5 games ever made.
Yeah, one of them, dude. But except you look at the graphics now, and it's like, dude. It's just like
it's not it.
It's like shapes.
How sick would it be if they could like remaster it for PC?
Oh, dude.
I mean, you could definitely do it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just a matter of getting the rights.
It's probably
Nintendo.
It's probably in the works, man. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like I'd like for them just to bring back Bond games in general.
Yeah.
Well, like, dude, if Nintendo was smart, they would take all their classic games and literally remaster them for PC.
Yeah.
Well, hell, they've done.
You could download an emulator and do all the bullshit.
They've done it for movies. Like, we might as well do it for video games.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true. Stokely's Halloween party, and then the other Halloween party that is classic is the one that we threw.
Yeah, we threw a classic. Threw a Rager.
We threw a Rager. We moved every piece of furniture out of like the living room, dining room, kitchen. It's basically this house at Park Ave. I'm telling you, one day I'm gonna ask them if we can just record an episode on the front porch.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have to see this place.
Well, they made it look a lot better.
Yeah, they redid it. You just, I doubt I have any. You found that video of us throwing the football. That shit was so funny. But anyway, we moved on. We had, that was awesome. 3 kegs, like 10, 15 gallons of PJ, packed. Place was packed.
Well, the coolest part for me was that we were like 22 or 23 at the time. And then it was a lot of our people that we went to high school with that were in town, you know, and we didn't have to go to a bar. It was a good old-fashioned house party.
Straight up.
Because, dude, I miss the absolute shit out of
I can
house
tell you,
party.
I haven't been to one of those in a while.
Dude,
like, well, not one where, like, you know, they've all been adult. You know what I mean? Like, hey, everybody comes, they have a couple beers.
Well, yeah,
some
it's
of
like,
them might
it's
have a
midnight
kid.
now. It's time to clear it out.
Yeah.
I will say this, like, so I'm still, like, I'm not married, not in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Our house now is where the house parties happen. Because all the people who are married and have kids, you know where they escape? It's over there.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that I don't mind it because I enjoyed it. You know, like I enjoy it. You know, and one day I'll be in their shoes.
And it's funny because
Maybe.
like I was on that side of the spectrum for so long.
Yeah.
And like now, like, you know, I switched over. Like last weekend, last weekend or 2 weekends ago. Yeah, 2 weekends ago, on Saturday night.
Oh yeah.
And was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do something with the girls or whatever. Like, why don't you go down, hang it, like, do whatever. I was like, the Braves were playing a crucial game to get to the World Series. I was like, damn. And so I drove down there and had a ball for like 4 or 5 hours and Ubered home. But it was all like, that's.
Yeah, dude, I was like, holy shit, I would not.
I didn't
not
tell
expecting-
any of them I was showing up. I just showed
dude.
up.
Yeah,
all
I mean,
like-
but that's sick though. You
Yeah,
didn't
I
tell
was-
anybody. That's kind of
It's like, you know, it was like I was a regular like Friday buzz going, and then John got there, and I was like, oh shit. You know,
yeah. I feel
here
like
we
I'm
go.
definitely like the random that is gonna call you like on a weekend and be like, hey James, I'm in town. Like, can I come over in like 15 minutes?
Yeah.
And it's just like, always come over there and just like kick it.
Dude, as long as someone's at that crib,
Yeah.
go kick it.
Yeah. It's a good time for
The
sure.
garage is a vibe for sure. All right, so on top of Halloween, right? Ghost stories.
Ghost
I'm
stories.
disappointed in the people for
Why?
not responding. I said there's no ghost stories. Nobody has
Well,
no
look,
ghost stories.
maybe they didn't have one up to snuff, or they just didn't feel like typing one out. I literally I put that post up to see if anybody had a cool story that I haven't heard. Because like for me, look, I'm into aliens, conspiracies, ghosts, anything crazy I'm into. That's why I was just throwing up there just to see what y'all had.
Yeah.
Didn't have much, but luckily we got a couple things here.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, and I shared it like on my personal one, and my older brother and I had no idea about this. He hit me up. He goes, "Yo, you know, Dad has like 2 instances, like legit times." And now my father passed away in 2018, but his mom passed away when he was like he was young. He was like 12 or 13, maybe even younger than that. But no, he was older. Maybe. I don't know. Regardless, it was before he was 20. And 2 times for certain, like he had a window open or something, and something stressful or like something big was going on in his life, and he was like freaking out, whatever, because he was a cop for however long and a detective working on like huge cases and all this stuff. And on 2 separate occasions, the wind got real wild, like crazy, and blew in. And in the wind, all he could smell was his mother's perfume, and it was like distinct as his mom's perfume, on 2 separate occasions. I had no clue about that. I never knew that. My older brother Ryan messaged me and was like, "Yeah, dude, like Dad was very legit about those 2 times, and
see,
that's it. No more."
And that's interesting to me because it's like that smell. That's a manufactured smell. Right, that's something they made in a lab, or they cooked it up. They created that smell. That's not a natural smell. That perfume, especially at that time, you know, because
found what you were talking about. Keep going.
Yeah, but I told you there was something. He's talking about the noise I was complaining about earlier.
Yeah.
But anywho, but that's what I'm trying to say. So that's a weird thing because like, dude, look, if there's ghosts, that's cool with me because like for all you atheists out there, that just proves there's an afterlife in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
But anywho, my thing is like, why would the ghost or spirit, whatever you want to call it, puff out like that? Like, why you get what I'm trying to say here?
In that instance,
or just like, why did it choose that and not like maybe that would be less scary for him than showing her appearance?
Well,
I
think it was because I think there's different ways that like they could express themselves, right? Like,
Yeah.
you see these ghost videos all over the internet now, and like people are talking to ghosts. And it's like, get out, or like a door slams or whatever. Like, that is a negative reaction to your presence.
Yeah.
Whereas I think when my pop was maybe going through whatever he was going through at the time, it was a positive presence, like reassurance, like, hey, I'm here with you. Like, it's all good.
Yeah, so you think you have haunters and you think you have Caspers. Meaning, like,
okay,
you have
yes,
friendly
that's a good way to
ghosts
put it.
and you have
Well,
haunters.
I do because, the old Buddhist thing is, there has to be good to be bad. Like, there has to be bad to have good, light
So
for
why
dark.
is the good guy still here?
I mean, no. But see, think about it. Like, if they're not there all the time, not even the bad ones are there all the time. Like, maybe it's for certain things. I mean, dude, I think the whole architect of after this, or every realm in general, I mean, there's multiple dimensions. Who's to say, like, who's for to say, trailer park?
You knew I was thinking.
Who's for to say that, like, they're not in this other dimension, or after you die, you go to some other dimension, and it's like you could still, but you can't, like, what's that movie, Ghost? Literally called Ghost with God, this is like a movie from the 80s, bro. But anyway, like, the dead wife comes back to try to, like, console him as he's dying, and then, like, goes into the stuff that you were talking about earlier. But
No, it's like The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, Sixth Sense, which is a crazy ass movie.
The ending of that movie was like the first time I ever stared at the screen after it was over and just said, my mind is fucked.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you something. You had previous episode you described your ghost experience on the beach.
Yeah. So
But
I was in Ocean
just
Island.
short and sweet.
I was in Ocean Island like 2 years ago, maybe even less, last year. Yeah, it was last year during quarantine. And it happened to be like a blood moon, actually. So the moon was humongous. And it would light up. I mean, the night before we were out there kicking the soccer ball at like midnight on the beach because it was low tide, and Ocean Island Beach is huge, right? And you could see, like, that's how big and bright the moon was. Anyway, next night, we walk out of the beach at like midnight. Moon's directly in the middle, huge again. You can see everything, perfect, calm night. Emily ran back up to the house, and at that moment, like, it just got windy as shit. Like 30, 35 mile an hour. And I turn around, and along the water line, and I'm like 35, 40 yards up towards the, like dunes or whatever, it's just this massive black blob, like, going by me. And I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm like backing up, right? And as it passes me, and I look at it from behind, it's a silhouette of a man on a horse. And the way the beach is designed, it kind of curls up, and so the water comes further up. And he doesn't go up the water. He doesn't like go up the line. He just keeps going directly into the water. That was it. He was gone. It's like 15-second experience, maybe even less.
Now, my question is, what was your feelings inside? Were you scared? Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was terrified.
Terrified.
Well, so, but the thing about it was that day it had been raining. We got it rained for like 3 or 4 hours that day, and then cleared out for a beautiful night. And while it was raining, I was inside, and we're at a friend of ours who owned a beach house down there. They have these like history books. And so I'm laying on the couch reading about the history of Ocean Isle. And then it comes to find out, Emily and I talked about this like last episode or one before, that they patrolled the beaches looking for enemy ships by horseback only because it was the quickest way.
Yeah.
And you don't want to
way back
have
when.
a lantern.
So I had been reading about it like that day, like extensively. And then of course I read, all I have is one book. And so I whipped the phone out, and now I'm like digging deep. I mean, for about 2 hours, I was like, holy shit. Like,
yeah, so like, well, tell me though, like, so you're scared, but did you feel like threatened? You know what I mean?
no, I didn't feel like threatened. I was just like, it was more shock than anything.
Yeah, like this is real.
Like, yeah, because like, I mean, for as long as I've known him, he's always talked about some shit. I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, I don't fucking give a fuck. And then it happens, and you're like, I mean, there's not one other instance I could tell you. Maybe like some haunted, like, oh, heard some noises. Like, definitely the Park Ave house, and Reese would see it. If I'd be there by myself, everyone was sleeping, the stairs would creak for no reason, and Reese would be staring at them. And like, I firmly believe dogs and shit can see spirits like that. But that's like, I was like, yeah, I mean, the lady, house was built in 1903, and she died in here. I'm sure there's probably a spirit in here, and it is what it is. The picture that Mikey took, he lived in the room upstairs, and it snowed. And he was trying to take a photo of the snow outside the window on the roof, and he used to be able to go out his window and sit on the roof. It was pretty sick. And he takes the photo and he sends it to his mom in Raleigh. And then we look back at the photo, and in the reflection of the glass is like the outline of like a figure, like behind him.
Yeah, that was weird. I do remember that because Mikey like he doesn't believe all that.
Yeah,
shit.
and of course I'm like, well,
and when it goes down, like it's like,
but I was even still skeptical up until those 15 seconds on Ocean Beach.
And since we're on these photos and all, before we get into your story, Daniel, like if you. And I think this is a real phenomenon. Like, people are taking pictures of so-called haunted places on iPhones.
It was at 12:02 a.m. too, which is a weird thing. I wish I could remember the exact day because I'd like to look that up.
You should. You could probably find that out, actually. But anywho, when the photos are blurry for no reason in certain places, and like these random, have you seen that, like squiggly lines? And like,
I don't know what you're talking about on that.
What I'm saying is, like, your camera, you're at some haunted place or whatever, and you're taking pictures. All of them are clear, just like in every iPhone picture. And then there's one that's just like crazy distorted, like somebody like turned on lights and like, I'm telling you, look that shit up, because people are like, what is this? And then they're like, oh, it's the energy of this, that, and the other. And like, who the hell? I mean, maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong.
And like light orbs too is another.
That's what I'm
one.
saying. That's another big thing. That's like, they never show up anywhere but this one place that has all this so-called energy. And it's like, but for me, I would love to meet a ghost personally, because just be like, dude, what's the deal? Like, yeah, I'd be scared at first, but then like, I'll get into what would scare me later. But tell the people this crazy ass story.
You have a story you want to talk about?
I mean, I got. We had a couple things that we were gonna talk about, but there's when I was down for the Azalea Festival. I was just like hungry, looking for a place to eat, and I go in there to slice of life, and like, like there's like a big, like, I guess like tape or whatever all over the front glass,
like caution tape.
Yeah, like caution tape, and like also like where the glass of the building, like the window in the front, it was all taped up because the window had been broken.
Yeah.
And like I go in there and sit down, I'm like, yeah, what happened to the front? And she was like, yeah, like. Our window got like knocked out like a couple nights ago, and I was like, really? Like, I was like, well, I mean, have y'all had like riots or anything like downtown? And like, time's been a little weird. And she's like, no, like the weirdest part about it was broke from the inside, according to the police, and nobody was here. And they were like, okay. And she's like, well, we have the camera footage from around the restaurant the night, and like. Everything's like all quiet, and then all of a sudden on all the cameras on the inside, there's a bright flash of light, and then there's a loud like crack from where the window was broken. But like all the cameras in the place, just a big flash of light, and then it just glass broken, nothing else. And so there's no movement.
It's like the video feed comes back and the glass is just broken.
Yeah, video feed just comes back.
Nothing else is
and it's not like the feed got cut off. It was just like there's a big flash of light on every single camera.
Like a flashbang kind of feel.
Kind of feel, and it's like, like 3 or 4 seconds. And they said, they gave the footage to the police or whatever, and because they were trying to figure out who broke it, And like I said, they thought a rock had been thrown from the outside, but something had been thrown from the inside. And a lot of the girls that had been working, behind the bar, I saw. She was telling me, she was like, yeah, like, I'm telling you, like, we come in here in the morning, and, like, you'll just hear the sinks will be on. You'll hear the toilets in there flushing, and there's only 2 people here, and they're in the kitchen and there, and all of a sudden you'll just start hearing toilets flush in that building. Apparently, a lady was murdered, above, because I think there's, like, an apartment or something above it or something like, or there used to be or something. But apparently there was someone that was killed in that building. And like, yeah, I mean, like, dude,
like downtown Wilmington on its own is like one of the biggest like ghost, like the ghost bar crawl or whatever it is, the ghost tour downtown. Yeah, is very good. Like if you're into that kind of shit and you're here,
well, and it's very historical too. So like you actually learn a lot on the thing too.
Yeah, I mean a lot of.
But I'm just saying that's just recent.
But to get to that, dude, my thing is like, so while we're digging in here, like why let's just go ahead and say it was a ghost. Why did it just?
Why'd it lash out?
Why did it spass out right then?
I don't know. Like, I had I don't know if there's something going on that week, it maybe.
But then you would think every anniversary of whatever that was, there would be something that occurs.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could have been a recent event that maybe might have triggered it. Just like, hey, I'm not cool with what's going on. What's going down here? I'm just letting you know. I'm not cool with whatever's going on here. I'm not cool. I don't like it. And I'm just letting you know, I don't like it from the inside.
Yeah, because to me, like, multiple cameras, and if they all have the same effect of that flash, that's really hard to do. Because even if it was somebody in there that, let's just say they had a flashbang.
But there was no robbery.
Exactly.
That's the thing. There's
No
nothing
robbery,
that was taken.
Nothing disturbed.
Nothing else moved either.
Nothing else moved.
Just
a boom, and then the window breaks.
Well, now this we could dig into. Is this?
Someone was upset that they burnt the pizza that day. That's all it has to be.
I don't know, but he said it broke from the inside.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you had someone driving by, and
no, I'm saying the ghost is upset.
Obviously, you're saying the ghost is pissed. Like somebody did something wrong.
I saw you spitting that.
Hey, oi.
I saw what you did there.
You don't know that I know.
They should leave a slice out for the ghost every night. Maybe they won't break no windows.
All I know is the chicks there said they're not showing up alone. They're not going to go in the building anymore by themselves.
They're that freaked out.
Oh yeah, ever since they won't go in by themselves anymore.
Well, it's like, dude, think about like Orton's Pool Hall, right? The oldest pool hall in America. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yes.
In America?
Yes.
Wow.
Orton's.
It smells like it down there, I'll tell you that.
God almighty. And that's what I'm trying to say. Imagine that place at night. 4 a.m, pitch dark.
Yeah.
You sitting there? Hell no. I'm not.
Bro.
I don't even like being down
growlers?
Well, dude,
going down into that little cellar thing?
I'm not going to lie to you. All right, so I got in trouble a while back, and like I had to do community service at Bellamy Mansion. And that's like, it's this old
It's
mansion.
on the haunted. It's on the ghost.
It's on the ghost thing, and like this whole thing, like, you know, whoever the family is still lives there, right? And so, you know, like I had to clean the whole damn thing, right? Inside now. That was part of community service.
Did you hear stuff?
Dude, no. But what I'm saying is there's like no tours going on the days I was working, or sometimes there were, but a lot of times it wasn't. But I had to go to the top, like the place where they have the red rope says you can't cross.
Yeah, people don't go there.
Your boy's in there cleaning it, and there's nobody in the building. And I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, dude, this is kind of, and it was broad daylight. You know, it's community service.
And it's still creepy.
And I had like a feel. So I didn't see anything, but it was like, it's almost like it knows that you know that it's there. And
you want to know whose house I thought was haunted when we were growing up?
Who?
All right, I know you know these people too, but you know the people that had like literally their whole front yard was mulch. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
They lived on your side of the street, but when I would go down there,
yeah,
the whole house
that's
was
Miss Lou, bro.
Dude, I thought Miss Lou was like a witch or something weird. Like, dude, I would never walk through her yard.
Oh my!
Ever.
Speaking of
why,
I never saw her. Dude, I never saw her come out.
When you're a kid, you freaked out. But
the greenhouse across the street from you.
Yeah. Can we time out for a second?
Yeah.
This lady's whole front yard was mulch.
Literally the entire thing.
She didn't fuck with grass.
There was no grass in the entire thing.
Yeah.
It was all mulch.
Is it still like that?
No, because years later, like after he moved out, like she let grass come up in there. I had to cut it.
I would run down the street through everybody's yard on my side of the street because it was all grass. I'm not going over there. Absolutely not. Number one, never seen this scarecrow ever. Not scarecrow, but like I always imagined her like peeking out through the window through like the like what do you call it the curtains, and she's just like, you run through my mulch, you know what I mean? Like that's what I always
dude.
You run through that mulch.
All right, so here's a true story. Right, 7th grade, we had I had this dude named Mr. Morris, and he got sick or whatever. Something happened. We had this sub lady come in for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And she always wore like pentagrams and all this like stuff. When you're a kid, you know that's witch stuff, but you don't like. And the internet, internet was there, but I'm not going home and searching that shit. Yeah. Not like today. But so we always just knew, and all the girls in class were like, oh yeah, and especially like the gothic girls, like, oh, she's this, that, and the other, right?
What year is this?
7th grade.
So the Blair Witch Trials had just come out. That movie had.
Really?
Yes, because I remember. Yeah.
Okay. Well, regardless of all that, like. They were talking about it.
Project.
She wore crazy shit all the time and was just fucking creepy, dude. Like black curly, greasy ass hair, cigarette fucking voice, glasses real thick, and like got too close and smelled weird. All that shit, right? So I'm telling my whole family about it at Crazy's Pizza. You know,
that's a classic. If you're
it is classic, dude. They had the best arcade
you guys
games.
Used to go there all the time.
Well, dude, when they had
it's because they had the arcade
games for sure. They had that awesome racing game.
Awesome.
So check this out. I'm sitting there telling my family about this shit because she brings in this cake, like one day, and it just looked like some hocus pocus weirdo shit. And I'm telling my family
all sorts of potions in it.
I'm like telling everybody, right? You know, and they're all listening intently, and I see their eyes look up, and I feel this hand on my fucking shoulder, and I turn around and look up. It's that teacher going, "Hey, James," and I was like, holy shit, dude, she fucking seanced her ass into this restaurant, bro. Like right now, right
As
then.
you're talking about her shitty cake?
No, her being a witch and crazy and scary and the cake. Like all.
Did she hear any of that?
I fuck if I know because it was to my back. And then like.
All I know is I've run into a lot of people at Crazy's Pizza. Man.
Yeah, but I'm saying that shit freaked me out. And I was like,
bet.
dude, maybe she is a fucking witch. I mean, I'm 12 years old. You know, like.
Yeah, you're definitely telling yourself.
She's a witch. That's a fact. Like,
yeah, can't wait to get home and tell the bros about
it. And I did. I told everybody. I was like, dude, y'all won't fucking believe this, dude. Like, seriously.
Damn.
The scariest shit that I'd seen thus far as a kid.
My imagination was wild as a kid. There was a lot of houses in my neighborhood where I swore things happened. Like, especially in James's cul-de-sac, dude. I'm telling you, dude. There's this one guy, man. Like I just thought he was just like an international drug dealer because like I always see cars coming in and out of there, but I never saw him leave. You know what I mean? Like, and he had a long driveway too, man. Like, if you're going into that house, you're committed. And like, and I always got weirded out because I was like, there's no like, if he turns on you, bro, you got a long way to go to get out of there. Like, he's got a long way to catch you, dude. And that backyard's huge. He's got a lot of places to dig back there and hide your ass.
Yeah,
that's just the weird things that happen. Then James had this one house, like, I swear to God, it was like abandoned for like 10 years. Nobody lived there. And it's
my
like
dad,
in the
my
middle
dad
of the neighborhood.
hated it. It was pink for 10 years. Like, just pink and shit was falling off of it.
Oh, God.
My dad hated it.
Yeah, there's no reason that nobody should have lived in that house. But everybody was just like, I don't know if the guy just like owned it and was like, not selling it.
I don't know what he was
I don't
doing.
know what his deal was, but I was just like, some weird crap happens in there. I'm telling you, dude. Like,
that's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
God, that's funny, man. Anyways, Halloween is this weekend. I hope everyone has fun. Send us some photos of your costumes that you plan on dressing. How many people are going to dress up as Ted Lasso?
A
gazillion.
Lot. I mean, that's an easy go-to.
Good costume. I mean, who have I seen so far? Mitt Romney.
Really?
Yesterday, yeah, he was dressed up. He had the Believe sign over his office. He actually pulled it off pretty well.
Yeah, well, we'll be checking the scopes on our Instagram to see like what costumes y'all are busting out there.
Yeah,
we got something hilarious. I think the little kids coming up trick or treating, the ones that like had the funny shit on and they're really young, and like your parents are cool as shit because like you obviously you figured out that costume.
The coolest
I can tell you the political ones are going to be coming too.
Oh, dude, there'll be plenty.
The ice cream cone, come on.
The coolest costumes that I see, like for little kids, are when they dress up as Transformers. Like their dad, like built them the Transformer costume.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
that's cool.
You've seen the videos of that.
I like it when they like actually play the part when they come to the door. And
like,
like last year, I had a couple of ninjas.
Like
I had a couple of ninjas that like, you know, whoa,
dude, watch out for them nunchucks.
I guess you get 2 handfuls, right? you know, but
you gotta
because he's got a sword. You didn't get it.
No, I didn't get that one.
Yeah, well.
Real quick before we get to sports, there is a little kid who is 12 years old who will be able to buy whatever costume he wants this weekend.
Yeah.
This is a quick story about a kid named Braden McMullen. He's a 12-year-old fisherman out of Ocean Isle. This past weekend, the Fall Brawl King Mackerel Tournament out of Ocean Isle Fishing Center took place. 334 boats entered. Right, about half fish Saturday, half fish Sunday. A 12-year-old kid won the whole thing. And first place was $35,700 that is his. I saw Austin Eubank, Captain Eubank, 52-pound king mackerel.
Okay.
Austin Eubank posted a photo, him and Theo, like those dudes. Austin's like the best captain out of Carolina Beach. They placed, did pretty well.
Offshore, didn't he?
And Denny's had a 4 fishers.
I'm just saying.
But then he posted another thing. It was like, I also want to shout out this kid Braden McMullen, 12-year-old kid won, and then Rob shared a story from this kid's grandmother. So I'm gonna read it. This is really badass. She said, "My 12-year-old grandson Braden McMullen went out in his little 18-foot boat and fished the Fall Brawl tournament on Saturday by himself for the first time. His parents let him go after much pleading from Braden, much contemplation and evaluation of his boat skills out in the Atlantic Ocean, and Braden finally found his marine engine mechanic that his parents knew and trusted to accompany him in case of any trouble. So the marine mechanic was just on the boat.
Just in case something happened.
They held their breath until they could see him come back to the dock. Early afternoon Saturday, his dad's cell phone rang and the caller ID said Braden. He snatched the phone up to his ear, and on the other end was Braden, so emotional he could hardly speak. His dad thought something bad had happened, but he finally got out that he had caught a huge king, guessing 50 pounds. He ran his boat back to the dock to weigh in. His dad met him there. It was 52 pounds, which put him on top of the leaderboard out of 334 boats fishing the tournament. After the final day of fishing on Sunday, Braden held on to the lead, beating out 333 other boats.
That is awesome.
Fitted to do this, and he was on his 18-foot.
Shout out to that kid.
18-foot boat.
That is awesome, man.
And so I read more into it. The marine mechanic was just there to make sure everything was straight. Every ounce of fishing, the rigging, everything was done by that 12-year-old, so including reeling it in.
Yeah,
he reeled it to the boat, and then that dude helped him get it in. Yeah. But there's a photo of him that I got that I'll post, and it's him holding a $35,000 check. 12-year-old.
Dude, see that's awesome, man. That's just all around good story. Like the kid obviously loved it. Like he was born to fish. Like to me, when I hear stories like that, like dude, that kid was born to fish.
Yeah,
that's his purpose.
Some would say he's a young king in the making.
Oh.
Clip it.
Clip it. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God. Oh, well, on that note, shout out to him. Good
shout out Brady McMullen, 12 years old out of Ocean Isle, my boy. Good shit.
Shout out to him. And I got another kid that I want to give a little shout out story to. Erica Helms' his son, I believe, recently. He's from here. It's a family around here. I think he's a younger kid who had cancer. And I found out that he had a liver donor. So I found out, I think like this week, I think he's getting a liver donated to him. I think that they actually transplanted it. I think he's doing pretty well. So I know he's a young guy, and he actually, Christian McCaffrey actually gave him a shout out on Twitter or something like that.
Yeah, McCaffrey's the man.
That's awesome.
Sent him a video. So hopefully that kid gets better. I know that family pretty well. So hopefully, Cannon, you're doing all right out there, and keep trucking, brother, and
keep fighting the good fight.
Keep fighting the good fight, because I know you're a big sports guy, and we're about to get into that. So maybe sometime you can throw some pics or something like that.
Yeah, for sure, man. That'd be awesome. Shout out to him. And since we're shouting out kids right now, shout out to, I believe his name's Gavin.
Gavin Hill.
Gavin Hill. So JD called. This is JD's stepdad's grandson, right? So JD called me last Saturday, 9 in the morning, and he was moving his stepdad and his mom somewhere, right? But his stepdad was there, and I was on speakerphone, and he was talking to me, and he's like, "Oh man, let me tell you a story." So this Gavin kid is
his stepdad is Mike. By the way, Mike does watch. He loves it. He loves the books.
Yeah. So I'm telling the story, Mike. So here's the deal. So like the kid, he's a cancer survivor, right? And he's 15 or something like that. Anyway, he's the quarterback for his high school, right?
Varsity.
And so this other school, like one of his friends goes there or whatever, and like heard these kids in the gym like talking crap. Like the only reason he's quarterback because he's a cancer kid, and like it's a sob story, feel good shit, busting his balls, right? And then that kid told him, and like
before the game,
he told him, that week, and like so that Gavin kid told his dad, and his dad's like, well, you know what you got to do, right? And the Gavin kid was like, yes, sir, and he went out there and he threw like 200 something yards.
Oh, he torched their ass.
200 something yards.
They beat him 52 to like 24.
Yeah, it was. I mean, like a few touchdowns. I mean, just roped it. So. Good for him. This Feel Good Friday. Feel Good Friday.
Yeah, and Gavin, the cool thing he does is he plays for he's got like a couple different like young kids with cancer. They show up to the game, and like he plays for that. It's just it's awesome. We'll share the Facebook link.
It's good stuff. And shout out to Tom Brady for what he did for that kid, signing that hat during halftime.
Made that kid cry.
Yeah.
You seen that?
Yeah, it was
awesome.
I
didn't see it yet, but I didn't see that.
There was a kid sitting in the front row of the end zone, and it said,
Tom Brady helped me survive brain cancer.
Yeah, Tom Brady. And Brady went up, signed his hat, shook his hand. The kid was like in full tears.
Just losing it.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to Brady for like torching people on Twitter with all the little like songs and stuff after he beat you in the town. I love that, dude. The one that he did, I think it was like a Chief Keef song recently, and I'm a big Keef fan.
Yeah, when he beat Chicago.
That's a shout out.
Destroyed Chicago. Is a better word.
Love that. That was classic.
Let's get into sports. MLB tonight, Game 3 of the World Series between the Braves and the Astros. Shout out the Bravos.
Shout out the Braves.
Series is 1-1. It's in Atlanta tonight. Braves are favored. They're minus 122 on the money line. If the over/under is 8.5, the over is favored. Parlay both plus 234. Jimmy's on it.
Yeah, I'm taking it. I know I said on the other podcast, and I blew it that one day, but I got a good feeling about this one. The Braves just got smacked the other night. They're coming back home. They're pissed off. The Houston pitcher, if you look at his record, I think it was like 11-8 for wins or something like that. I mean, he's about to get smoked. Watch this.
Yeah, so games, that's Game 3 tonight. Game 4 and 5 are tomorrow and Sunday, also in Atlanta. if needed, right? If Atlanta wins all 3, it's over, obviously, which is what they would love to do to win it at home. If not, 6 and 7 back in Houston.
Yep.
Let's go Bravos. Because I just want to say that I saw the World Series winning team.
Yeah, we were there, but they can do it. They can do it. Take it down in 5.
Listen, Freddie Freeman, right? Chipper Jones. As long as I've been following baseball since the early 90s, Chipper Jones was the face of that franchise. And then it became Freddie Freeman's, right? Freddie Freeman's a free agent after the season. It's now or never.
Yeah.
Like, cement your legacy right now.
Yep.
Moving on to the Prem. We have a couple good matches, right? Tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m., Leicester City at home against Arsenal. Leicester's favored. They're both plus money, right? Plus 140. Arsenal's plus 190. Over-under is 2.75.
I got Leicester, easy clapper.
Leicester.
Yeah, I like
Need
Leicester.
another beer for that, bud?
I would love another beer, buddy.
It's a
Yeah, went to your right. At 10 a.m., we have Dan's team, Liverpool, at home against Brighton. Liverpool should absolutely dominate.
That's my lock into the week too, boys. I'm just letting y'all know right now.
He told us before the show his lock is Liverpool team total over 2.5, which is minus 105 right now. I think that is a great pick.
Yeah.
Continuity Cloud, aka Young James,
He said both teams are scoring over 2.5 total. I'm guessing he's talking about the Leicester match because I don't see Brighton scoring against Liverpool.
No, absolutely not. Brighton are not going to score. We are going to put up 3 goals. Mo Salah is in the best form of his life. He's arguably the top, I would say, front runner for Ballon d'Or. He's that good right now. He's that good right now.
It's an absolute shame they haven't given him a new contract yet. Like Zach says this all the time.
We will probably lose him. We'll probably lose him to money.
He doesn't want to go. He does not want to leave.
He doesn't want to go because he's seen what's happened to other people that do. Look at Felipe Coutinho. Yeah. That's a prime example. Look at Luis Suarez. Look at Fernando Torres.
Suarez was pretty successful after he left.
Well, Suarez was. He did have to take a backup role. Suarez really shined when he left Barcelona. Now that he's been with Atleti,
no, dude. The first two seasons we do is
he just won the league with La Liga. He just won the league.
Yeah, I get that.
And he was like the top league.
It wasn't, but no. Kieran Trippier was the reason they won the league. Let's be honest. I'm kidding.
We can argue that one another time, but yeah, I would just say I know he wants to stay, but at the same time, he's asking for like $500,000 a week.
He deserves it. He's the best player in the world right now.
I'm not going to argue with that.
If Bale can get $600K a week from fucking Real, let's be honest.
I can tell you we are not going to spend that money.
All right, well, either way, LeBron, step it up. I mean, come on, dude. You minority owner. The game of the day, though, is at 12:30. It's Tottenham at home against Man United. Man United is plus 140. Tottenham's plus 190. Over-under is 2.5. I'm going both teams to score and over 2.5.
I'm going with the draw. Going with the draw. I think it's going to be lame as hell.
What?
I think it's going to be lame as hell. Here's
the deal. Oh,
give me the red. Give me the red.
Red carded on that. Lame as hell.
Gave him a red card.
Give me the red, dude.
Lame as hell.
Pogba got a red. I mean, I'm sorry. They have so much firepower. They're going to score. But their defense, Harry Maguire and Lindelof are a joke. Dude, Slabhead. God, dude, did you see the goals he gave up against us?
Dude, that's why I'm saying.
Harry Kane's going to score a goal probably, or Son's going to score a goal. But it's going to be a 1-1 draw, and it's going to be like,
1-1 draw, really?
It's going to be a 1-1 draw.
Both defenses are not good.
I think both are going to get a moment. You might get 2-2.
There's going to be a PK.
Yeah, probably. I don't know who's going to give it on your team. I don't know your defense as well. I just know it's not as good.
Yeah, it all depends on who we'll probably start.
It was shit last year.
Listen, if Dyer's playing, there's going to be a PK. Hands down.
All I'm saying is I've been watching Man United play, and they're going to come out soft. They're not going to. They're going to score a goal because they just have so much damn talent. They have more talent. Like they just have big name talent players on their squad.
Yeah,
but they have no
Cristiano
chemistry
Ronaldo.
yet. They just don't have chemistry yet. I mean, well, yeah, Bruno's a superstar. Jadon Sancho, they just dropped $56 million on him. I know Varane's not.
Did you see what the German Sky News put up about him? Because he left Dortmund. Right, to go to Man United. And
Jaden.
He was Jaden. He was like a star at Dortmund.
Yeah.
and they this is fucked up. They put 007 because he has 0 goals, 0 assists in 7 games.
Dang.
Like,
Solid.
his picture.
Yeah, I mean, he's just Jadon Sancho is possibly the future, but
Green was the future there.
Well, I'm just saying Jadon might be the future there, but right now,
I
I don't see him making that lineup. I just don't.
I wish Marcus would like.
And I don't like. And a lot of people say, "Hey, dude, Cristiano has been the best player for a long time," but I don't think he deserves to be the number 9.
No,
I don't think he's your striker,
dude. No, he doesn't do anything. He just stands there. He just.
I don't think he's a striker.
There.
I think Eddie's probably your best bet there. I know they like playing Marcus out wide.
Yeah, I would play Cavani up front over Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And then bring Ronaldo in as a sub.
Cavani wants it more. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if you can say that because Cristiano is the most competitive guy in sports, but
I still would bring Cristiano in like the 55th or 60th.
So I'm gonna say right now to all our overseas friends in Ireland, England, as well as Germany. Our German listener listens like every episode.
Yeah.
We would love to hear your input on the Premier League. Like I would go ahead, shoot us some shit over.
Yeah, and if you want to say something mean to me because I just absolutely dog the Bundesliga all the time, go right ahead. I think it's a terrible league.
Well, specifically, I know in Ireland is Evan. Shout out Evan.Allen.
Yep. Yeah, but like, hey, what's up? Like Bayern is supposed to be like the powerhouse. They got
and they did get slapped 5-0, and I knew that comment was coming. But yeah, like I mean, I guess there's a fluke every now and then, or sometimes people get paid off to
It's
throw
called a blind squirrel.
I think they threw the game. I just think they threw it. I think they threw the game, and it is what it is because they know if they lose one game a year, it's not going to matter when they beat the second place team 5-0. Repeat.
Well, it was also during the DFB Pokal or whatever, which is like their cup tournament. So
yeah, maybe so. Next one.
All right, on to the NFL. The last undefeated team was beat last night by Aaron Rodgers. On a last second. This shit pissed me off so fucking bad.
I'm just mad I missed it, man. I fell asleep.
Dude. So it's 24-21, 15 seconds left. Cardinals are on the 4-yard line. They can kick a field goal, tie the game, go to overtime, try to battle it out, right? They elect to try to go for the win, and they run Kyler thought it was a back shoulder. AJ Green thought it was a back corner fade, and Kyler threw it back shoulder. AJ Green was trying to get to the back corner, but the corner saw it was coming back shoulder and like kind of not really stopped and wasn't pass interference by any means, but read it and slid like that, and AJ Green wasn't even looking, and it like tipped in the air and the cornerback caught it for an interception.
See, to me, there's no excuse in the NFL for a disruption in communication of a play. Okay, you should know if you should be on the same fucking page.
Yeah,
and have you ever seen Cam Newton in an interview?
I mean,
they're not the brightest.
Not willingly.
Oh, that guy is an idiot.
I don't give a fuck. But
I'm just saying,
the quarterback,
he's the quarterback.
Smart. No,
he's
listen,
the quarterback and has to have help
what
learning the playbook.
What it should be is that like Kyler should be looking at first of all, it's AJ Green. Dude can jump out the stands. He should be looking at him going corner, and AJ Green knew that. Like, why you throw it back shoulder to smaller guys, right? Or maybe I don't know, but like at the same time, you don't need the touchdown. You don't need it.
No, you don't.
You can kick a field goal. So throw it in the air, give him a jump ball. If it's a bad throw, AJ Green's going to defend it, and that's it.
But nobody wants to go to overtime. I mean, you got to rely on your defense if you lose the toss.
I hate the overtime rules. I'll tell you
that's
that
what
right
I'm saying.
now. First one to score, come on.
That's why.
Oh, no, let me rephrase it. First one to score a touchdown.
But my thing is, I understand why they went for it, but I'm saying a undefeated team, top tier caliber, know the fucking play.
Oh, you gotta know the play.
Point blank.
Here's another classic one. J.R. Smith. We all remember that one.
When he called timeout when they didn't have any.
That and he took the ball and went the wrong way.
Yeah.
The man takes the inbound passes, goes the wrong direction to the other rim.
Bro, so he messed up there, but I will say shout out to J.R. Smith. He played in his first collegiate golf tournament for North Carolina A&T. He's back in school. I
heard about that.
And that there was a photo of a kid from Elon and a kid from UNC Greensboro on the tee box, and it's like them two, and fucking J.R. Smith behind him, and it's like, could you imagine little Timmy gets up today to go play his golf tournament, and he's paired with fucking J.R. Smith.
But that shit just pisses me off, dude. I hate when pros let like the Braves the other night, dude. Nobody fucking covered third when Solaire threw it in from right field or left field. and fucking Swanson was going over because he thought the third baseman. I mean, it was t-ball level shit. That's what it looked like. It was the most embarrassing thing, and I was just like, dude, inexcusable. And I don't care how old you are. If I'm still a coach, dude, you're punished. Some shit's going down. Like
you're running laps.
You're running forever, dude.
Yeah, you're running.
Yeah. And I just don't give a fuck. Or you're gonna be fuck the water boy. You're the water boy today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he gets to go play your spot because obviously you don't give a fuck to know what the play is. And I bet you he would. I mean, that's my point though. Like from a coaching standpoint, that shit irks me, especially in football, because all football is human chess. That's all it is. Know the damn play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, talent.
And real quick, you just said Little League this past weekend when I was at my nephew's ball games. I just want to say that was not Little League. That was showcase ball, and those kids knew how to play. Like it was
fundamentals, boys.
It was like unreal. Like on Sunday when I brought him back before I came home, before their game started, I was watching the next age level up. Right, so he's on like the 9 or 10 unders, and then the 10 to 12 or whatever was playing behind me. And these kids in the field, dude, batter hits one to the shortstop. He fields it. Second baseman's already running to the bag. He flips it to second baseman, touches back, made his turn, guns it to first, double play. And it was like straight out of the MLB. Like the kid ripped it, and the shortstop made a great play, flip.
Dude, when I played AAU,
these kids are 11 years old, 12 years old. I'm like, holy shit. I mean, so
we played 4 days a week.
That was not Little League ball. I know I said that on the story. Those fields were so nice. I had never played on any nice fields like that. But those kids knew how to play. And shout out to my little nephew, Ben, man. He killed it. They unfortunately lost in the championship game, but his numbers were good.
Hey, but shout out to young Ben, man. I saw you.
The Ben Bino.
I saw your swing, man. It was
the Ben Bino.
It was solid.
The Ben Bino.
Solid swing.
So moving on to Sunday, we have the Panthers in Atlanta. Panthers Atlanta's -3.
Yeah, and for all you foreigners out there, every American boy played baseball.
Yeah,
just so you know,
you just did. Like that was it.
You know,
the Panthers are so bad. I don't even know. I mean,
that shit went downhill quickly.
Bengals -10.5 in New York. New York is playing a quarterback that I don't even know who the hell it is.
In New York, who gives a shit? Yeah,
Bengals. Bengals are
slap it.
That one.
Yeah, Bengals -10.5 for sure. Rams -16 in Houston.
Who are they playing? Rams
in Houston.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in Houston.
I'm staying away from that one, man. Just because
I just know Houston's terrible.
Yeah, they are, but like people get lax. Like if anything, I would just throw $5 at Houston plus 16 or whatever the hell it was. I'm just saying. Why would you start why would you keep them in there forever against a sure win? You know, so maybe they can hit the points.
Here. Side note. What do you think the odds of the Panthers get Deshaun Watson?
They already backed out of it.
Okay, never mind. Scratch that.
Fuck Deshaun Watson.
I know, but
if
get him and then he doesn't play. Like,
if what's his face got fired, no Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, but the Panthers quarterback.
I don't give a shit, man. We're gonna keep things consistent.
Yep. Dolphins +14 at Buffalo. Buffalo's gonna absolutely destroy them.
Yep.
Hey, Stephon Diggs, love you, brother, but need more.
Knox is too busy taking all of it.
Yeah, that dude just really stepped it up. Good for him.
Eagles -3.5 in Detroit.
Minus what?
-3.5.
I'm taking that.
All right. Pittsburgh +3.5 in Cleveland.
What? Oh, because everybody's all banged up in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's banged up. But Baker's still slinging it, right?
But, I mean, Cleveland's still favored.
I'm gonna take Cleveland on that. So.
All right. The Niners -4 in Chicago.
I'm telling you, that division for Chicago is actually kind of really strong this season.
Yeah, like
Chicago, Bengals, or not Bengals, but the Vikings and then the Packers and.
Well, obviously Chicago. I mean, it's kind of like they'd hopefully try to bounce back.
Yeah, I don't even.
They played Tampa Bay last week, right?
Yeah, they got killed.
Exactly. So and that what's his face? There was all kinds of memes going around his little pouty face on the bench.
Fields.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, dude, all right, dude, you're gonna get clown. I mean, obviously the internet clowns everybody, but dude, get your ass up there, play some ball.
Yeah, the over/under in that game is only 39.5.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. I'm
except for that run. What's his name? Mitchell for San Fran.
Eli Mitchell.
Yeah, he really showed out the other day.
He did.
Debo's a baller.
Debo's also a baller. And then the last 1 o'clock game, we have the Tennessee Titans plus 2.5. So, yeah, at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is favored.
I'm taking Indy.
Indy.
Yep.
Okay.
Watch this.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Titans plus 2.5.
Nah, man, they just did.
I will say the over-under is 51, and I like that over.
They did well last week, right? The Titans?
Yeah, they won it. Yeah, they destroyed Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly. That's right. The Chiefs game.
Yeah, that one really hurt me.
But that's what I'm saying. They're rolling now. They're feeling good. I'm telling you, man. You get big wins. The next game, you are fucking lax.
That's 2 big wins in a row. We said that last week. Fresh off the Buffalo win.
Yeah, but the Chiefs are fucking crashing and burning.
On Sunday?
Any what?
Footy-wise on Sunday.
Nothing good.
Yeah,
nothing worth it. We got 4 o'clock now.
4 o'clock games, yeah. We have Seattle Seahawks at home, minus 3.5 to Jacksonville. I actually like Jacksonville here because Seattle can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, they came out, right? DK had the 80-something yard touchdown out the rip, and then they had nothing.
Do we want to talk about DK?
But what do you mean?
Do we want to talk about what he got into?
What do you do?
I know you had to have heard that story, right?
No.
Oh, so DK's been hooking up with this Instagram model, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, the way she looks is what it is. Incredible. So he texts her I don't know, maybe midnight. He's like, hey, what are you doing? She's like, nothing. And she's like, do you want me to come over? He's like, yeah. And about 10 minutes later, he goes, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm kind of tired. You should just turn around and go back. And so she tilts, right? She's just like, oh, fuck you, you're an asshole, yada, yada, yada. And then he texts her about 15 minutes later, and he goes, hey, I changed my mind again. Why don't you come back? I got a couple girls from the bar that are trying to hook up. You down for a foursome? She decides to take all of these messages and give them to Barstool.
Oh, God.
Yep. And so he, she starts blasting him, saying how he's a piece of work, yada, yada, yada. But, number one, he told her that he was at home and, tired, not out. So got caught lying about that. Hey, and by the way, I'm actually at the bar, and I already have 2 chicks that want to go home with me, but I need one more. So there's DK Metcalf. He's got a lot going on, but that guy looks like an animal. So,
Yeah, he's a very big dude, but I'll be real with you. It's not a shocking story. I'm sure that happens.
I'm sure it happens all the time in the NFL.
What's he gonna do? Get upset if that girl doesn't talk to him anymore?
I know.
He's a star wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, but
man. Who looks like a fucking Greek
and then
god.
Barstool's gonna fuck with him, and then they're kind of gonna go well, it is kind of badass. You just we're just setting this up.
Yeah, I mean he seemed pretty confident he was gonna get that foursome, and I was like,
I'm sure he's done it before.
Life of an NFL player,
Sure, he's done it before.
yeah.
Well, we'll see. I actually like Jacksonville plus 3.5.
I do like that. Sorry for that.
Seahawks running defense is trash, and Robinson's not so bad. Next game we have the Chargers at home, minus 4.5, playing the Patriots.
I'm taking Chargers minus 4.5.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Chargers.
All day.
Yep. Buccaneers minus 4.5 in New Orleans.
I'm taking that too.
Tom's gonna do his
smacking
thing.
the fuck out of that.
I mean, if Drew was still playing, be a different story. But
yep.
Nah, dude, yeah, they're gonna mollywop him.
Denver at home, minus 3 to Washington.
All right, so Denver, you've been pissing me off lately because you were 3-0, you were doing good, and then I took some chances on you. You've been fucking up, but guess what? I'm taking you again. I'm doing it.
All right.
I'm riding with them.
Yeah, I mean, if Heineke is good, Heineke's either bad or good. There's no in between.
You said it was at Denver, right?
Yeah, and I mean it's hard to play out there because
I will say, Scary Terry, man, he's the real deal.
He is good.
He's the real deal.
Good. Sunday Night Football. We have the Minnesota Vikings at home, minus 3, hosting the Dallas Cowboys.
This is the one we've been waiting for, boys.
Does Dak play, though? He wants to.
I didn't know he wasn't going to play.
I didn't
my
either,
big question mark is what are we getting out of Dalvin Cook? That's what I want to know. What are we going to get out of Dalvin?
Hold that thought. What the hell's wrong? I honestly hadn't paid it that much.
They said that he wants to play, but it's unsure. I saw a headline on ESPN.
Did they say why?
No. I didn't read into it.
Nah,
he's fucking playing, dude.
All I know is you're looking at the best passing attacks in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
obviously Tom can say, hey, because he's got stud
Look,
receivers.
at this point right now,
Yeah.
NFC Championship is going to be Buccaneers Cowboys.
Well, here's
unless they play each other in the playoffs.
when it comes to dynamic offenses, though, there's 4 that just beyond stand out.
Yeah.
Arizona. I mean, when you have AJ Green and DeAndre Hopkins,
He's not. Josh said that he's not cleared by the team doctors yet.
Yeah, but for what, Josh? But for what?
and then you got the Vikings who have Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys, their receivers. I mean, come on, Amari Cooper and CD.
Yeah, CD's.
CD's.
I'll tell you what, I like that tight end, Schultz.
You do?
Yes, a lot. Like, he's on point,
Dalton,
man.
or whatever it is.
I don't fucking know. I know it's Schultz is the last name.
Shout out to the tight end, Hunter Henry. That guy catches 1 ball a game, touchdown. Like, if you had a random bet, like you want to do a prop bet this weekend on a touchdown from a player, Hunter Henry.
I was telling someone yesterday, dude. I
like that.
I was like, dude, I
like
really
that.
want to take. He's like, I was telling, it might have been my brother or someone. I was like, dude, I love the Packers tonight. I love Randall Cobb, at least 1, maybe 2 TDs. And I picked up Cobb in fantasy yesterday, started him, and what happened? Packers won. They were plus 220 on the money line, and Cobb had 2 TDs. If I had taken that prop, been a great day, but I didn't. I just talk about good picks and then don't take them.
Oh, so apparently it's a thanks, Josh. Apparently it's a calf injury for Dak. That's the deal here, a calf injury.
All right.
I think he can play through that for sure.
Rounding out the week on Monday Night Football, which is like a hilarious game, we have Kansas City Chiefs at home -10 against the New York Giants. Chiefs off of quite possibly the worst loss of Patrick Mahomes' career.
Who'd you say they were playing again? One more time?
The Giants.
The Giants, dude.
Here's the dealio. I don't care if it's his worst loss ever. He doesn't play defense. Their defense sucks, bro.
It's bad.
It's bad. And I'm saying,
it's
like,
all. I mean, like, yes, Derrick Henry is humongous, and it's very hard to stop him. But
other teams have. So
right, it was.
You have to force Ryan Tannehill to throw the football.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put it to you like this. I left the ball field at like 2:15, so I didn't know what was going on in like the first quarter and a half, 2 quarters of all the games. I get in the car, throw on red zone, and all I hear is Chiefs are down 24-0. I was like,
oh, dude, my
what?
heart was breaking. My heart was literally breaking. Like,
well, yeah, I have Mahomes as my quarterback, too.
I was playing the worst team in fantasy last week. All I needed was Patrick to throw a couple touchdowns, put up maybe 20 points. I mean, I'm asking not that much from the MVP of the freaking league.
8 points.
8 points. No touchdowns and a pick. And this is not the first game this has happened.
No.
This is the second one in a row. So I'm going to go on a leap here. If you want to pick from Downtown Dan, I'm telling you, Giants cover.
I love it.
Wow.
They cover.
I love it.
I'm not saying that they win.
No, all they got to do is cover.
I'm just
baby.
saying that they're going to cover.
Yeah, my ballsy pick is going to be the Jaguars plus 3.5 in Seattle.
I like that. But my thing is about Patrick, like Mahomes, like, look, man, when the Stars play bad, it's because they don't have confidence in their team. So that shit infects and spreads. So just be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout. That does it for episode 49.
Man, thanks for coming on, Dan.
Dan, we appreciate it. Next,
Chuck, Downtown Dan, Danny by the Bell. Be on the lookout for that in January.
yeah, we're definitely going to be pumping it. He'll be on again. There's no doubt.
Yeah,
but,
well, I'll definitely be back for sure, especially once we get everything set up. We'll have some pictures. We'll go through all that. Hopefully get some logos and things like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed coming on, talking sports. I'll come back and we're gonna do something else different next time. We might talk some rap.
Oh, we're gonna talk.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna talk
music.
some music because I definitely have an. They say I have an out there music taste, but I would say that like I pick songs that are popular, and they don't like that.
No.
They don't like that.
Look, what I said was a hit's a hit.
It's exactly what
And
it is.
I respect if it's a hit. Even if I don't like it, it doesn't matter.
That's all I'm saying.
If the masses are gonna like it, a hit's a hit, and that's
Yep.
all there is to it.
And then yeah, I will definitely be throwing out songs that I like that I don't think are hits. And yeah, but like that'll be an interesting conversation. Look to having that.
for sure.
But-
Speaking of music, have fun tonight.
Oh, we're going to get down. Again, Andy, Greenfield Lake, show up. Like you said, it's a costume party. We're going to be getting down. We're going to be boogieing. So if you
it'll
see me, holler at me.
It'd be a good time.
Nice.
Next week we have the season 1 finale
Yeah.
of Around the
Season
Boys,
1.
episode 50.
We're capping it at 50.
It'll be a special one. We'll catch you guys then. Till then, have a great weekend. Enjoy a cold one. Peace.
Happy Halloween.
Buy some pen.